Hey guys, what is up? Dxtory545 here, as always, and I was about to go ham on some recordings, but I was gonna decide which recording software to use now. I always used Fraps and all other stuff, and don't need to get into that. But Fraps, but now I've been, messing around with Dxtory, which actually these two are probably the best ones you can get. So it's either Fraps or Dxtory, and so I thought I would do like a breakdown review, analyzing the two softwares. So let's hop right into it. And first of all, we're gonna start off with the quality. With Fraps, you don't really when you go to Fraps and you go to their setting for quality, basically you get video capture settings, full size, half size. That's your settings. Full size is like full HD, half size is like not. Then you get your FPS, but that's not really part of it. But so when you do this and you record, when it's on full, it looks nice. I'm not gonna lie, it looks pretty nice. It's actually really decent, really good. Half size, kind of garbage, but again, less CPU intensive. So that being said, you're probably you know what Fraps is. Most of you probably wondering what Dxtory has to bring. With Dxtory for video settings, you can choose and you can do true quality, high quality, medium quality, and low quality. I choose low quality, the lowest one, and as you can see on the screen, the one on the left is the one on the left is going to be Dxtory, and the one on the right is going to be Fraps. And when you look at these two pictures, or actually there were little videos, when you look at these two pictures, you really can't tell a difference. I mean, if you stare at them, yeah, you can be able to see some stuff starts to look a little bit more kind of just faded in and stuff on Dxtory. So Dxtory lacks quality, but that's on lowest quality, and that's the way it runs. Sorry, that's the way it runs. If you want to, like have good, good frames, but it comes at a cost. So as you can see here, Dxtory, and you can start to see, like, if you look at it's not as sharp. That's a good word to say. It's not as sharp. You can obviously see, but I think that looks fine, especially in a game that's moving constantly. Like, if you want to take a look, for example, look at the glass and the wood next to it. It just looks a lot better with Fraps than it does with Dxtory. So, yeah, that's just how it is. But when you probably can't even tell a difference, and I don't blame you. Like, you can look at the leaves and stuff. It just looks different. So that's the main thing. Next, I want to talk about so I think Fraps wins. Alright, whatever. Fraps has a win for this one, so I'll have like a score thing. Fraps gets a point for quality, and that's a sketchy one because you can go to true, but if you're having trouble running Fraps, then you want to keep it on low quality. Okay? So, after the quality, we're going to go into the user interface. And there's two kind of things you got to think about. One's how complicated it is, but then how how much you can customize on it. So with Fraps, you have 4 tabs: 1, 2, 3, 4. General, FPS, movies, and screenshots. Easy. You can check boxes. You can check some more boxes. You can check boxes, and that's just how Fraps is. When you get to Dxtory, it has, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 tabs. So you can do a whole bunch of stuff, from your video capturing to your audio to your screenshots. And I'm going to talk about the good things about Dxtory in a bit. But so basically, Dxtory, you can do a lot more, but it does get way more confusing. And so when I'm thinking about what's better between the user interface, I'm going to be leaning towards Dxtory, because with a little practice, you'll know exactly what to do with this. It's not even going to be a problem. You'll know what to have it set on. You can have it set once. You're good to go for all your recordings. Perhaps, yes, it's easy, but you don't get that customability. And for some examples, audio, you can get multiple audio tracks, and it helps well. Don't worry about that. I'll go into in-depth video soon, and it should be on the screen. I'm going to go breaking down Fraps and the best settings on Fraps and the best settings on Dxtory, focusing more on Dxtory because it's very complicated. So I think Dxtory wins this part in the overall comparison. So that's where customability kind of just triumphs, easiness, if that's even a word. So there you go. So guys, I showed you these two things, the quality and the user interface, kind of the main things about it, but Fraps and Dxtory do have more aspects that I want to kind of get into really quick. And so the main thing about Fraps is it turns your gameplay when you're recording into an AVI file, which you can then edit and upload, no problem. Okay. Dxtory, you can have two options. You can turn it straight into an AVI file like Fraps, and there's actually, you can have it so it's on the Fraps codec, so it records like Fraps from Dxtory, or you can convert it into RAWCap, so it's not a movie file, you can't view it. What you'd have to do is convert it again after. So you would be recording, and let's say you're done and it's an hour long. You'd have to go hit the thing, and it'll take a good amount of time to like compress it, whatever, turn it to an AVI file, so you can actually view it. This might be like a bad thing for you maybe, but I think it's very helpful because it helps you with your frame rate, so that's always good. Now let's talk about file size. Fraps has a pretty large file size, and Dxtory does too, but there is an option that you can use, and that is to compress it. If you compress it, I don't think it really hurts your frame rate too much. I haven't experienced much of that, but it helps the file size a lot, and putting my best combination would be compressing with RAWCap, best thing to do, okay? Now when you talk about the audio that they both have, Fraps records all the audio into one track, so you can view that track. But I had experiences where the audio would desync and stuff like that, so that's not always the best option. With Dxtory, you have to set what audio you want to record, so you'd set the sound that's coming out of your speakers into, so whether that be a headset, speaker, whatever, you set that to be recorded, so you could have the game sound, maybe Skype, and then you can have your mic sound on there too. So you can have two things, and you can edit them differently. So if your sound's really loud, you can edit it out and whatnot. So that's really helpful, and that's just helpful. You can add a third track, fourth track, so you can add a lot of tracks. Easy editing, it's all good to go. Fraps is simple. Fraps, if you can run Fraps, go for it. But Dxtory is just a lot better. So I'm going to tell you my opinion right now. I like Dxtory way better, and I hope you guys do too, because just you should try it out, okay? And the last thing we got to look at, and I might have already mentioned it, is that with Dxtory you can live stream and record at the same time. With Fraps you can only record, not even live stream. So I think that's it's a cool thing to have, and so I think overall Dxtory is the way to go. And so what I want you guys to do, if you can help me out, is leave a like if you like Dxtory better than Fraps. Leave a dislike if you like Fraps better than Dxtory after what I told you. And throw down some comments. And if I get some people to ask me for it, because I think if I don't need to do it, I don't need to do it. If you want to know how to get Fraps, like you want the site and you want Dxtory site, that'll be in the description. Don't worry about that. You can go get it. But if you want to know like the best settings for each, leave a comment down below telling me, and I will have that video ASAP, like a snap of my finger, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So thank you guys so much for watching. In the video, there was a couple mistakes. I said there was 10 tabs on Dxtory when the picture only showed 9. Trust me, that version was outdated, and so yeah. See you guys later.